welcome to Cheap Clean Eats. So today we are making one of my favorite dishes from one of my favorite restaurants in LA, Cafe Gratitude. Now, if you've been reading my blog, you know that when I eat out, I love to eat vegan. And though I'm not vegan, I find this place to be so flavorful, so delicious, and so nutritious. Now, my number one thing to order when I'm there, it is called the peanut miso kelp noodles. I don't think it's actually called that. I think it's called something else, but that's what it is. So I have figured out how to make it so I don't have to spend about, I don't know, what is it, like $12 or $14 a plate, which is totally worth it with the ambiance. But today it's only gonna cost you $2.54. Here are the ingredients. 1 package of kelp noodles, $4.09. 1 tablespoon of miso paste, 50 cents. 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, 72 cents. 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, 22 cents. Half a cup of water, free. 1 avocado, 99 cents. 4 stems of kale, 99 cents. Some pepper, 5 cents. And a dash of sesame seeds, 5 cents, for a total of $7.61, but it makes 3 servings, so that's only $2.54 a serving. So if you've never cooked with kelp noodles before, you don't actually have to cook them. These are so wonderful. They are 6 calories for 1 serving, and of those 6 calories, 1 gram of carbs, 1 gram of fiber. It's so good for you. I notice that when I eat these, my digestive system actually starts to work a lot better. I got these on vitacost.com and they were $4, like I said, but they are so worth it. I really did try looking for them in the Asian towns around me, but for some reason I couldn't find it, so I ended up getting them online, which seemed to be a lot easier. So now we're just going to rinse them in some warm water. I'm just gonna soak them here, and once they start coming apart, I will cut them. So after you let it sit for just a little bit, I want you to take your scissors and cut them into tiny pieces, just so that it's easier to eat, you know? So after they're all nicely sliced, just go ahead and rinse it, pour that excess water out. All right, and it doesn't have to be completely dry. Don't worry about it because the sauce will meld with the water and it'll be just fine. Just make sure it's not drenched with water. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside for a second, and now we're gonna work on that peanut miso dressing, okay? This is actually my second time working with miso. I'm not an expert. It really adds a lot of flavor and that bit of saltiness that you want. We just need 1 tablespoon. So let's fill her up. This actually takes a lot of hand strength. Okay, there we go. So miso paste is only 25 calories a serving, or a tablespoon, with 2 grams of fiber and 2 grams of protein. Isn't that wonderful? So just go ahead and place this in your blender, and then we are adding some peanut butter. All right, so we just want 3 tablespoons here. Now we're gonna add a little bit of sesame oil to continue with that Asian flavor. Just 1 tablespoon, and pour it right in there. And we're gonna add just a little bit of water, about half a cup. I'm gonna place a little bit less of that just to make sure it isn't too watery. All right, it's ready to blend. Okay, looks like it's done. Let me go ahead and give this a whiff. Let's see. Oh, this smells like Asia. Now we gotta add the texture into your noodles. So I have here an avocado as well as some kale, some of my favorite foods. With the avocado, go ahead and slice it in half. See if it's nice and green. Oh, look at that! Aren't these beautiful? Now you just want to go ahead and grab your spoon and carve it out all the way around the sides. Make sure you go deep right underneath that skin. And there we go. Okay, I didn't do a perfect job, but whatever. You want to just take that seed out. So go ahead and flip your avocados over, and we're going to chop it up. All right, let's go ahead and transfer that. Finally, the last chunker we're gonna add into this is 4 stems of kale. Now, I don't know about you, but I am in love with kale and its versatility. You can make chips, you can saute with them, you can eat them raw. They are just amazing. So what I'm doing right now is just taking off the stems because they're really, they're really hard to eat. So I'm gonna take off this bottom part. Now, if you don't like to eat the stem, you can also just strip the leaves off. If they're thin like this, you probably don't have to, but some of them are real big chunkers. This won't actually taste too good raw, so you just wanna go ahead and rip that off. If you like using your hands, rip it. If you don't, you want to be more like clean cut, go ahead and take your knife and just slice it all the way down like that, taking the leaves off. All right, so I'm gonna do that with the rest of them before we actually start chopping them into little bitty pieces. And now once your kale is all de-stemmed, just go ahead and slice them like so. I love adding kale to all my dishes. It's so nutritious and adds a ton of calcium to your food. Oh, guys, isn't that beautiful? Look at, they're so precious. All right, now we are basically done. So go ahead and grab those kelp noodles. They are just waiting to be dressed. So I am going to go ahead and throw the kale in here. Bam. All right, some more. I'm going to actually add the avocado last because I don't want to get all mushy like guacamole. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and add that sauce. Now I'm just going to toss them and make sure that your noodles are cut like we did in the beginning, because if not, they're gonna get really chunky and really hard to do. But here they are mixing just fine. The kale is massaging its way through the noodles, and we shall add in the delicate pieces of avocado. So once that's done, go ahead and add a dash of pepper, just like that, maybe a little more. Let's go ahead and add in some sesame seeds. I cannot wait to eat this. You guys ready? It's gonna be so crunchy and creamy. Perfection, cafe gratitude in my own kitchen for like a quarter of the price. I mean, what beats that? Okay, you guys ready? Let's go ahead and have our peanut miso kelp noodles. By the way, before I bite into this, let me know in the comments below if you hold your chopsticks straight or crossed like me. Someone once told me that I held them wrong, but whatever, at least I can get food into my mouth. That is so flavorful. I taste the peanut butter, I taste the miso dressing, I taste these flavors that really blend well together, and the textures of creamy and crunchy. It's just absolutely perfect. And if it's not spicy enough for you, well, take out your sriracha bottle, and I'm actually gonna add that right now. And I'm really bad. I actually wanted to add sriracha before I did the taste test, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose of a taste test. But I'm one of those people that knows everything just tastes better with sriracha. Anyway. Hoo-yah! This is 1/3 of the recipe. It's only 256 calories, $2.54, whereas at Cafe Gratitude, it's like 12 something. So save money, eat well. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Thumbs up if you're hungry. I'll see you later. Bye.